That night, I walked out the door, my pride in pieces after my wife humiliated me in front of her friends. It wasn't just her words that stung, it was the tone behind them, the smirk curling her lips, and the laughter that made me feel like the punchline to some private joke I never agreed to be part of. The week had already drained me. Work had been relentless, and all I craved was a peaceful evening in my own home. Instead, she had invited over 3 of her college friends. They weren't outright cruel, but there was a subtle competitiveness to their conversations, each remark laced with comparisons. Who had the most successful career? The most handsome husband? The nicest house? The most well-behaved man? I tried to be courteous. I poured their wine, laughed off their sharp remarks, and stayed quiet while they chattered about their skincare routines and luxury getaways. Then came the jokes. One of her friends made a snide comment about how useless her husband was when it came to chores. My wife laughed the hardest, then looked straight at me and said, "Well, at least mine makes an effort. He thinks replacing a light bulb earns him a Nobel Prize." They burst out laughing. I forced a smile. But then she added, "Honestly, sometimes I feel like I have 2 children, one I gave birth to and one I married." The room roared with laughter. But I didn't. My heart sank. She didn't even look at me after that. Just high-fived her friend like she had delivered a comedic masterpiece. It wasn't just painful. It silenced something inside me. I stood up slowly, still smiling on the outside, grabbed my jacket from the chair, and said calmly, "I'm stepping out for a bit." Her face shifted, surprised. "It was just a joke," she said. But I was already halfway out the door. Outside, the chill hit me hard. The wind was sharp enough to make me pull my collar higher. I didn't know where I was headed. I just knew I needed distance. From the laughter that had no place for me. From a house that suddenly felt like someone else's. I wandered aimlessly, past shuttered storefronts, empty sidewalks lit by flickering street lamps, and strangers who neither knew me nor cared. My phone vibrated in my pocket. I ignored it. It buzzed again 5 minutes later. Then again. On the 4th ring, I finally picked up. Her voice was softer now. No playfulness, just concern. "Where are you?" I didn't respond. "I didn't mean it like that," she said. "It was just to keep the mood light. Just joking." I answered flatly. "You kept the mood going. Just without me." She fell quiet, then gently asked, "Can you come back home, please?" I didn't say yes. I didn't say no either. I simply told her I needed some space and hung up. I found a bench beneath an old tree in a nearby park and sat there quietly, watching the occasional car drift past. My hands were cold, but I hardly noticed. What I did feel was a shift within me, something subtle but permanent. A line had been drawn, not out of bitterness, but clarity. That night taught me something important. It wasn't just about the joke, it was the way she delivered it. The ease with which she put me down in front of others. The comfort she felt in making me look small when she thought I wouldn't mind or notice. That wounded me more than any insult ever could. Hours later, I returned home. The place was silent. Her friends had left. She sat on the couch with a blanket pulled over her legs, eyes red and swollen. She rose when she saw me. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Truly." "I know," I said. "But there's something I need you to understand." She nodded. "I don't want to be the person you mock when others are watching. I don't want to be loved privately and disrespected publicly. That's not a relationship. That's a performance. And I'm not your stage." Her tears returned, silently this time. I didn't sit beside her. I took the chair across from her. We talked for a long time. No screaming. No dramatic arguments. Just raw, uncomfortable honesty. There was no forgiveness that night. But there was truth. And sometimes that's even harder. But that's also where real healing begins.